once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I tell you what, I am in such good spirits again as I'm starting the live stream. Blessings to all of you who are able to join, following the notifications or the guidance, whatever way you're finding your way here. If you're here with me live or later, thank you. It truly, truly is appreciated. I'm starting a little bit earlier today. Honestly, a little bit less prepared again. However, I'm picturing a brief stream, not real long. I've got a hard end. I've got some plans after the stream to attend to, so I'm excited. And I'm actually not in a rush either, despite the plans for limited time, because everything is working together perfectly. I don't know how. I'm just learning to trust that God's plans are coming together perfectly. And Joe, cool. Blessings to you, man. Reading the title today. It was a work in progress, and I just finally said, all right, this is close enough. Eliminating and transforming UnLove. Okay? Simplifying that, using the process of elimination for the purpose of purity, right? Detoxifying yourself from the unlove feelings and thoughts. It's it's truly the way to be. And, inspired by biblical stories, this idea, David's brothers saw a shepherd, God saw a king. Let God define you, not others, right? None of us can actually ever know our potential until we're willing to live bravely, right? So when was the last time you lived a little bravely, little daringly? As I'm asking that question, I'm kind of asking myself, when was the last time I purposefully lived daringly? Oh, there's many examples, actually. I don't have to go very far back into my memory. I live with a little stubborn courage, a little stubborn confidence within me. Something I just, I think it's because earlier in my past, I spent so many years feeling so weak and insecure. Once I realized I could change little things about me, and I started looking at that little weakness and that little silly game I played with myself, I decided I didn't like those games anymore. I didn't like feeling weak anymore. So I started to practice confidence, courage, right? Speaking up, standing up, doing things that maybe in the past I might not have been willing to do. Sometimes it's worked for me, other times it didn't, right? But that's what I realized too, this part of life. You got to be willing to fail in order to succeed. And dude, you get used to failing. It's not such a big deal. You don't want to get comfortable with failing. Well, you kind of do, but you don't want to accept failure for you, right? You never want to give up unless it's time, right? Sometimes it's time to give up, and then you just got to walk away. You got to turn a different direction. I'm hearing myself and I'm having fun, but I'm not sure if it's coming through. Brothers and sisters, I'm feeling good today. For those who are present and feeling good, you are welcome to join. Um, blessings. Trying to jam, dude. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Failures are a part of life. It's how we learn and grow. Making mistakes, that's part of the process. Part of the process as well is learning how to be forgiving in the process, right? Learning how to forgive yourself for the mistakes. And as you practice forgiving yourself for your mistakes, why not share that lesson with others too, right? Forgiving others for their mistakes and where they've stepped on your toes or maybe stabbed you in the back. What life? Life is a wild adventure. You tell me, man. Blessings to you. Thank you. I know there is. There's a lot of love. I'm feeling this was part of my humbling thoughts before the live stream. It's like, holy cows, man. This is real. I mean, I don't have huge numbers. Let's face it, not a big deal. But I see that there are people, right? Real people, genuine people who regularly tune in, pay attention, you know, share their love for me. And it really is appreciated. It took me a long time to realize this humbling, this simple fact. It really is a simple fact. We are all in this life together. The ones we know, the ones we don't know, the ones we like, the ones we don't like. We might want to pretend that other people don't exist, but it's not real. They do, right? We're all in this life together. We don't have to make it so damn tough on each other. I'm confident of that. I really am. I'm confident that if people just kind of slow down, right? Take a breath and just chill out. See if there's another way of seeing things so that we don't have to get so anxious and so upset, so competitive, so vengeful, so cruel. There's so much cruelty and so much confusion that's happening in this world right now. But it's part of the process, right? It's part of the process. It's part of the awakening process. You got to be a little confused, right? You get a little overwhelmed by the new data. It kind of surprises people. And then takes them a little time to process things and click the dots together. And then when they get it, they're like, oh, now I get it. Now I see. And there is like this awakening that's happening in the world. People are seeing the pieces and they're like, something's not right with this. This picture doesn't seem right. I know this is real and I know this is what they say, but it just doesn't feel right. Like things aren't the way they should be. I'm speaking kind of out there a little bit. If you're talking about me being a little confusing, I can be. And I don't mean to be. Um, Stephen, I see in the back. I'm still not, I still don't have any interest. I'll receive. Thank you. Stephen, according to the back chat, is here to wish me a Merry Christmas. I appreciate that. Please enjoy the rest of your day elsewhere. Because part of my paradox that I've been dealing with, right? And it's in line with what I said in the description and in the post. I intend to allow God to define me, right? I've got a reputation. You can go a lot of different places. You'll hear a lot of different stories about me. And then there's others who just, yeah, they don't know anything about me too. But I have been learning, especially since I acquired, God allowed me to find this Live Without Fear branding. Ever since then, I've been willing, consciously, intentionally choosing to live bravely. And not in a foolish way, not in a cruel way, not in a, putting others down way, but in the way that I believe would be righteous and good, as determined by maybe Jesus, right? I try to think what would be the best idea. And the best idea I ever found for me in my life, it's when I started really thinking about the mission of other organizations, the mission and purpose of other people. We have the opportunity to end wars for the human race. Might not seem possible, but I know it can be. Just look at the facts. In the absence of fighting, we have peace. See, and here we'll swing into this topic today too, really. This idea of eliminating and transforming unlove, right? To know unlove, you'll want to know what love might be. My goodness. I'm truly wondering, what does God want of me? Eliminating and transforming unlove. To recognize unlove, first, you must have an eye, a mind, an awareness for what love is. See, in love at its purest essence, it's present. It's not just present, it is presence. It is the gift of presence in the relationship of being. It's just, love is perfection. And the perfection of love can be found and felt in the present moment, right? Because when can you feel? When can you feel anything? Ask yourself that. When can I feel anything? Now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. You can feel it now. I mean, now is the only opportunity to feel or think or choose or do. But we live in a society where people have lowered their standards for themselves and each other. And in our constant state of anxiousness and hurriedness, right? Because everyone's got a timetable and a schedule and all these priorities and demands they got to follow. In the midst of all of that, we've lost sight of what real love is. So I feel I've been learning it. I've got some in the back who've been testing it, not in bad ways either, but let me welcome back first. Landry, how are you, my friend?
Good, man. Hopefully, I'm not one who's been testing it unknowingly.
Not recent, not recently, not at all.
That's true. But I like what you're saying about now. I can relate to this, man. Now is it could be the biggest blessing or the biggest curse because you are never gonna escape now.
That there's an echo coming through, so I'm gonna mute you just temporarily. That it's all temporary. I lost sight of what you actually said. I'm sorry.
I said you can't escape now, and it can be the biggest blessing or the biggest curse.
That can't escape. That was the part I wanted to key in on. That can't escape life, can't escape my body, can't escape who I am, can't escape what I've done. Oh, it feels like a prison. Oh, a prison feels like hell. Oh, we live in a hell realm, right? And then
Hell realm, right?
I used
It
to
can be
believe
both.
that. Well, it can be. And especially when we're walking with unlove. And that's kind of what I've been learning. The idea of finding the silver lining, of the experiential alchemy, turning the bad into the good, because you cannot escape. You cannot escape the life you are living and the life that has been given, right? What's been given is what we've got. But we don't have to be in misery over life and over what we've been given, because every day is a new opportunity. Every breath, every moment is a new opportunity to look into a different direction, to find a new idea, to find a new opportunity, to find a new result, right? We can live in hell by feeling trapped and small, or we can choose what expands us, right? What excites us, what brings us more fulfillment, more love, more joy. Because heaven is, dude, it's here for us. When we escape hell, heaven is known. I think Landry may have frozen. He's traveling to, golly geez, I'm going to drop him and welcome back another polite guest. Welcome back, Mr. Stinky Brew.
Hey, you're right, Jack. It's been a while. I've just took the dog out for a walk, so I'm a bit, little bit warmed up. You know what I mean? But how are you? You're okay? Good.
Truly, we're having connection issues with our friend Landry.
Is it him down below? Is my connection okay?
No, yours seems fine. He's
Okay.
traveling. I know he's trying he's trying to connect.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're driving. Yeah, it's just I don't know really what to say. I really come back and I was listening to what you're saying. It's just like in my opinion, heaven is bliss. You know, if you get there, if you can see it, and it doesn't have to be heaven as in the clouds. It just has to be where you want to be in life, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, if you've got everything you've been looking for, then you're in bliss. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel. I like your hair as well, Jack, with that down. Very nice. I've just noticed we've both got two hairstyles. Usually I've got the hair out like that. I'm getting a haircut soon because we've got Christmas Day dinner, so I've got to go to the hairdressers and get it cut. You know what I mean, with the family and that. So I'm doing that in the next 2 days. But yeah, my hair's been a mess. But I like what you've got going on, Jack. I just wish your hair colour could be the same as your beard colour. I bet you think the same. It happens.
No, yeah, I'm not too attached to the costume. I remember times in my life I'd get so upset over a bad haircut, or
Yeah, there's a
you
certain
know,
age you get to. Yeah, there's a certain age you get to where I'm not saying that you shouldn't care, but you get to a point where it's like you're that comfortable with yourself that you're not bothered what anyone else thinks about you. And I think that comes with age. I think it comes with age. Do you know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. If you smell like poo and you're fucking walking around and stuff like that, then maybe you should sort your problems out. But yeah, like you say, there's a certain time where people look at you and they used to say things and it used to hurt you, and then it gets to a point where you're not bothered about it anymore. You come to a maturity where you're like, "This is who I am. If you don't like it, lump it," and that's fair enough. Yeah, yeah. So, what was the conversation about today then, Jack?
the idea of eliminating and transforming UnLove. The first step I was trying to get to was trying to recognize what is love versus unlove. And I tell you what, this idea of love, it really is worth attention. It's worth individual thought. Everyone should wonder a little bit, what's the source of love? Where is the source of love? How do I know love? How do
I don't
I
know what the
share love?
source. I don't know what the source of love is, but I believe everyone should have love. I believe everyone should have love because it's the best feeling in the world. You know, when you can turn around, you've got something that you can say, I would die for that, and that's love. There's nothing else that can make you do that apart from love, in my personal opinion. What is it? Where is it? How does it happen? I've no idea. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes love is misplaced as well. You know what I mean? Love is misplaced, and and things like that. But yeah, I'm just trying to think now. Love. It's a tricky question you got there, Jack. Really tricky question.
Indirectly, that is the question that started me on my spiritual path, because I was actually going through another breakup, losing another relationship.
Mhm.
My heart was broken and I didn't know how to deal with it. Oh, it hurt so much, right? So I wanted to understand love, because love
Mm.
isn't supposed to hurt like that. And I couldn't be
Mm.
broken like that.
I think it's worse than that, isn't it? When you're in a relationship, because I've had it the same as you, Jack. You know, when your heart's finally broken, and you're just like, I wish I'd never met the person in the first place because it would have been a hell of a lot better than to deal with this. You know what I mean?
I used
You
to
know,
think that until I
mm,
found the lessons. And when I found the lessons, I was like, oh, thank God they're gone. And thank God I met them.
mm. Yeah, but then again, 10 years later, or 20 years later, or 15 years later, how long it takes you to get over it because it's different for different people. Don't you look back and go and sort of cringe in the way you were at that time? I always do. You know what I think, oh,
Always.
why did they act that way? You know what I mean? In that time. Sorry. Sorry, boy.
No, you don't have to say sorry. I mean, nice to meet you, Mr. Stinky Brew. And
Nice to meet you too, boy.
I
Appreciate
mean,
it.
thanks for letting me on, Jack.
It wasn't me, it was Jack. Yeah.
Of
I'm
course, it's
glad
always
you're here, man.
we can blame Jack. No, I mean, since you all started to define love, um, I wanted to click the link because I think love is defined. Love is defined by results, actually.
Love is defined by results.
I'm getting that in there. You'll always see me look away. You know,
And so yeah,
I'm trying
and
to
so
process
okay,
something.
a shorter way to say it is like love is not so much. I mean, we have. We're all we've all grown up in the same culture, and so we mistake lust for love or love for lust, right?
Yeah.
And that's such a big mistake to make.
Yes.
Big, yeah, and so love is more maybe not results, but attention. Attention with right results. That's how I would define love. You like that, Jack? You like that, huh?
Do you
Well,
not think? Sorry.
that that thing of attention you said,
Yeah.
love is present. It's the relationship in the present, in the gift of presence.
Yeah.
Right? Sharing attention. You were saying you still have that thought, Stinky Brew?
Yeah, but at the same time, do you not think lust can be love? So obviously, not lust in the way it's lust, but it's more attraction. So you're attracted to someone, and therefore, it can change into you get with that person and then it evolves into love.
Yeah, but well, that's the exception. That's the exception. That's not.
Oh, that's the exception. Okay, no, that's fine. I'm just
Of
saying.
course, there can be lust in dedication and attention. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course.
So
But
between lust,
it's not necessarily the other way around.
So between lust and love, what the difference? What is the difference? Because obviously you've got lust where you want that person. I'd say that as simple terms, and then you've also got love where you want that person. So what's the difference between them?
Well, see, you don't know the difference. So how could I explain it?
It's about the relationship, right? Because in a lust, we want to own. In this world of materialism, it profits from lust and desire, right? Manipulating people's desires and lust makes them good fools, right? Love, in a true love relationship, we place ourselves below. So the idea of the relationship is not for us, but for them. That's a true love relationship. And if it's the other way, it's lust. We want it, right? It's for us. That's
I understand. I understand love where it's unconditional. There's certain people in my life and Jack in your life that you would like if they put your arm out and went, "Can I take your right hand to save their life?" You go, "Yeah, with no problem whatsoever," because you love that person that much and it's unconditional. You're not asking for anything back. But what I'm saying is, when you're going into that sort of relationship or something like that, it's not always love 100% straight away. There needs to be some sort of, do you know what I mean? I don't know, Jack. Well, you'll have to tell me.
What word are you searching for? What word are we missing here? Dedication. Dedication.
There you go. Clarity and purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jack. Yeah.
What's that? Sorry, I missed that, boy.
When he said dedication,
he said dedication.
Clarity, yeah, is missing.
Yeah, because that's what it takes to get to some results, and love is not just. It's not. I mean, the whole how do you call this ritual of marrying, right? Making the promise to stay together forever, no matter what comes. That's what it's about. But it's become such a ritual that it doesn't even it doesn't even apply to the rules of what people are saying in that moment anymore. But that's actually what it's about, right? It's that simple.
Are you married then now,
No,
boy?
No.
Have you ever been married?
No.
Okay.
Are you?
I've been married for 16 years now.
Cool. Congratulations.
No, I'm just checking. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Proceed.
Here, another part to the title today, eliminating and transforming UnLove. I've been considering about how I came to my conclusions on God, and it really was the process of elimination. So the process of elimination can also help us clear ourselves from the negative views, from the insulting attitudes. I say that with a chuckle because
I just see Stephen just said, "Where's Stinky's chin?" So I just pointed to it, put him in the back chair.
Well, and we also just got one of my favorite guests. I'm curious if there can be any. Actually, the only thing I ask is that we stay calm. We help each other stay calm. And
See, that's your fucking bullshit. I'm your favorite.
Okay, it sounds like he's not willing to cooperate. Tom will try
that
another day.
aggressiveness again, Anthony. That aggressiveness, honestly.
But still, it's better than Steffi. You know, still.
I just breathe. I breathe in with people like that. Breathe in, breathe out, and then you chill.
I mean, it's like Jack Talcott. I mean, Jack, you like Tommy too, right? I mean,
I do very much.
Yeah, me too.
Is your camera clean? It's looking very yellow.
No, I just have very bad lighting. I actually look very
really?
good, but it's the lighting, dude. I actually look very
Is
good.
it? I was going to say, bloody hell, it looks like you're in a like a urine station. It's crazy. But what I do, I look at things like Eckhart Tolle with the Power of Now, and I really, really do like Eckhart Tolle with the Power of Now. I remember it's hard with Eckhart Tolle because you do it, you listen to it, and I was going by it, and life was better, but it's hard to keep on to it. You know what I mean, and carry it on. That's the problem. It's consistency more than anything. It's keeping on. I remember him saying, like, rather than just getting in the bus and just getting your bus ticket and getting on the bus, he says, look at the person and say, thank you very much, and take the ticket and then go on the bus. And you do. I'm smiling now thinking about it. You do feel really better about yourself by doing this. Do you know what I mean? But you get to certain points and then it starts to fade away. That's the problem I've got.
If you can identify that, okay, that's your first step to correcting it. All right. Identifying that there is a benefit, that you've experienced it, you know it works. And so that, but you also recognize there's something causing you to drift.
Yes. Yes.
There's a book called Outwitting the Devil from Napoleon Hill. Okay. And the devil talks about the drift, and it's real. Okay. And it's what you're talking about.
I had The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I used to listen to it on audiobook. Yeah.
It's
the drift is real. I love it.
Well, and what you're describing, I experienced that for myself, and as a coach, that's something I was taught to help prepare clients with, right? Is that the universe will test us. When you say you want something, you want to do better, you want to be better, the universe is going to test you and say, are you sure? Are you sure that's what you want? And it'll give you all sorts of reasons to doubt yourself and to give up. But if it's worth it, you'll keep going.
And it's like you can run that treadmill one day, but that one day, okay, well done, you've done that. That's a good step. But are you going to carry on running on that treadmill? Are you going to carry on doing it? Here's your challenge. No, that's a great way of thinking. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's they're trying it on with you. Or they, I say they, but you're trying it on with you because it's in your head. Do you know what I mean? It's you playing the game with yourself, in my opinion. But that book was so great. I used to watch it. I used to walk around and be so happy when I was thinking about that Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, because it doesn't matter what happened in the past. A lot of issues I've had have come from the past, and it's worrying about the future. But if you look at things now, like I tried to tell Anthony at the time when last time, was if you look at everything now, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. Do you know what I mean? And that's a great way to look at life.
I mean, that's why we are here gathered, right? Because everything is fine. We're connected. You know, we have power. We have food. We drink. We smoke. And we can talk to people online, even from other continents. I mean, it's crazy. That's how good we are.
This is what I love. I mean, I'm in England. You've got Jack in America. Yourself, I'm assuming, is America. Do you know what I mean? It's we've got all this freedom nowadays.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm going to have to go anyway, Jack. I could just hear my missus shouting for my tea. So I'm going to go for my dinner, but it's great to speak to you again, Jack. Sorry if I did.
What kind of tea do you drink?
What kind of what? Sorry.
What kind of tea do you drink?
Oh no, tea. In England, that's dinner. Is it lunch? Yeah, lunch is in the dinner time. Dinner time is tea. Yeah,
Beautiful.
dinner time is tea. I've got a curry. Believe it or not, I've got curry. Okay.
Sounds amazing. Hey, thank you for
Okay.
joining. Appreciate you.
No problem, Jack. Always, you're the man.
Hey, blessings to you. Whoops. Where were we?
Well, I mean, we were defining love, but I think we got there already. So, I mean, what else do we have to discuss? Beyond that. Jack?
Well, I haven't had a chance to help him with it, but he keeps calling Tommy Anthony. I'm not sure if he.
I mean, don't change it. Change the thing. I mean, that's fucking funny. That's
It
funny.
might be intentional, and it is. Yeah, don't change a thing. How perfect. So we have. God, if he would just calm down, we could have a conversation.
You're a fucking idiot. He is doing it on purpose, the same way he's doing lots of things on purpose that your beta cuck fucking moron ass doesn't realize. But what you do realize you do is you sat fucking J Money up here all yesterday in your ego, not being able to answer his questions. And you knew I could. Oh, fake yawn, faggot. So let me see, how are you Christ-like?
I'm here and I'm present and I'm filled with love.
You Christ-like, you nigger fucking reach.
What?
He's so angry at me. So angry.
He wants to talk about Christ, and then he wants to talk about the Ethiopian Christ, and it's like it's a mush. It's mushy. It's like nah.
Don't judge me. You're right. Do not tell Tommy to calm down. It has the reverse effect. I know. This is what I realized. Tommy and I are just alike. We really are. He's very rebellious. He's very defiant. He's stubborn as hell. He wants to do everything his way. Dude, that's just like me. Just like me, Tom. I am you. You are me.
Shut your faggot fucking mouth.
We're the
That's not
same.
how I am. You are in the wrong, and I stand against that. That doesn't make me stubborn that you're a fucking retard. Now, here's what I'm going to do, Jack. And I know you and this animal fucker and that guy in the back that ate his wife over 16 years, he's devoured her out of love. Like, Jack, we know you can't tell Tommy you can't tell me to calm down. We can't tell you to get a job. We can't tell you to keep a family around. It has the reverse effect. We can't tell you to actually know things and share it online. You fucking idiot. If I ever see you in life, I'll break your fucking nose.
Why?
Now, I know nobody believes me, and I know you don't believe me when I say I'm going to give J Money a chance to come up today to get his actual questions answered, unless your ego refuses it like you did yesterday. Tell me why you didn't bring me up to answer his questions yesterday. Tell me why.
Because I didn't want to.
Because you want to be the one. The same way you don't care if wars get ended without you, you need it to be you. Yeah, because that's the only reason that you'd leave me in the back. You're in your ego.
Dude, you're describing you.
No.
That's why you're upset.
I'm the one with a fucking channel saying I'm going to end wars.
Tom, you're upset at you. Because you think you should be the one who teaches. And it's not you, Tom. You're not ready yet. You got too much anger. Here, let me
Still, right? After so many years.
I just wondered if possibly, I wondered if possibly if there's any chance that me and Anthony could come up on the panel just on our own and have a chat, if that's okay.
yes. I think that's
No, Jack, you just said that. No.
Hi, Anthony.
Get the fuck out of here. I'll wait. This is disrespectful bullshit. I got nothing with you, not
Okay.
Jay. Tell your faggot nigger host to come back up here.
I've got no.
I'm coming like a photo. I seem to have eaten my wife.
Listen, if you're homeless, if there's problems, you can talk to people.
I don't have problems except Jack Talcott, and I'm about to be done with those problems. Why would you say I want to be the one to end wars? I know that's impossible. Why would, if I want to teach, I'd have a fucking channel for it.
Anthony, your hat's quite frayed. Maybe you may need a new. Yeah, okay. You got lovely green eyes though.
Okay, I'm done.
Beautiful green eyes.
Okay.
You've got
Thanks.
lovely, beautiful green eyes.
They're not green, and your wife needs to crawl out of your stomach and service you so that you're not looking at dudes.
Beg your pardon. Anyway, you're looking very. Are you talking somewhere where people are around you? I can hear people around you. Are you talking?
They don't fuck with me, do they? Nigger, faggot, kike, Jew.
Why are you so angry, Anthony?
I'm just angry again. I'm actually a very happy guy.
Gary, you're so angry, and I don't know why.
Gary. I'm only angry at Jack.
You're more than welcome. Look, it's here for you.
No, I'm not a faggot.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're not having
I know with this ocean between us. I know with the ocean between us, I could still hug you. I see an edge of you over here in the line.
Here, you need that cuddle. You need. Come on, man. What's up with you? Get it out, yeah.
Oh wait, Jack. But only one more time.
Get that aggression. Get that aggression out, you.
Jack, what's so funny?
You need squeezing, Anthony. You need squeezing so hard. Just, I love you, man. I love you.
Jack, you're contradicting
your head's here. I'm going.
Hugs, Tom.
Don't patronize me, faggot. I'll find you and I'll hurt you, Jack. I'll stomp your fucking face in the ground.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
You don't really want to do that.
I do more than I really do. I want to cry for submission. It's the most anti-Christ thing about me.
Anthony.
Really spit on the ground with the body. Piece of shit. I'm only up here for J Money.
Just put it in the camera. Let's touch, Anthony.
Jack, I know you don't believe me, and I know no one else does. It's okay. I've said it in the past. Once I talk to J Money, I'll never come back to your stupid Antichrist show again. So let's get him up here before my battery dies.
He's not here.
Well, let's make him present for answers that you can't give. And this guy's going to hell when he dies too. It's good magic.
You're so angry, Tom.
Yeah, you. I don't like you. I don't like what you consistently do that we've shown, and you still do it. You're a fucking piece of shit, and that's why your families leave. That's why you never have another family again. It's why when you turn off this camera, I'm not angry, but you're still a failure. You don't do anything. You're nothing but a front, and you're not even doing a thing while you're online. And the support of like psycho-eyed fucking Asian abandoners like this shows it. Frank, you got demons.
Suck a dick, Tommy.
See, that's how shallow his support is. Oh, I hope Tom comes over to my show. It's good magic. No, is all I got to do is prod you just a little bit, Frank, and your alcoholism goes right back to it.
Whatever. What did you open with, Tommy? You don't even approach anything on the level. So how can you deal with that? Like, what do you expect? What kind of response do you want? Starting off saying this guy's going to hell when he dies. Jack, the reason I came up is I wanted to launch in on the topic a little bit as an audience member and paying attention to the conversations and stuff, trying to tune in regularly, and contemplating today's topic. I thought about how like some things can sometimes remain a little bit too much in the abstract. And a moment ago when I was listening to the conversations that you guys were discussing, I thought that it would be helpful for the listener at least to distinguish between the like romantic love and agape love. And I wanted to bring forward the idea, something that I discovered recently for you in the Hebrew language, that the unspoken name of God, you know, they say you're not supposed to speak it or whatever. The Jehovah in Judaism is 4 characters.
No, they say Hashem. Say Hashem.
Hashem. Yeah. Adonai. It's Yud He Vav He. And then love itself is actually 4 characters as well. And it's Aleph He Bet He. But when you say them, you're not supposed to say Jehovah in in the confines of their religion, but it sounds like Yahaya or Yahava. And then the love word, the word for love actually is Ahava, which is very, very close. It's the difference between like Ya and Ah. Anyway, I thought I would mention that because I think that somehow God is love, right? And that may be an over abstractification, but when we think of the Greek idea of agape, right? And I thought that might be a clever question
No,
too for
I hear
Tommy,
what you're
since he
saying.
was
I,
in the mood to answer questions.
I should. I'm grateful for you defining it even better. You know, agape. You know, just it's somewhat an unconditional love, an unconditional presence.
Right, right. And I think that's what Jack was doing by making the title for today, right? Eliminating and transforming unlove, that you're further delineating it out of the abstract so that it's something a little more tangible for us as audience members to get our teeth into. Because that's what I think, about growth and progress and what you're up to here. And I didn't mean to interrupt you and Tommy. I apologize for that.
No, it was well played. Tom is
Not only homeless. He's not only homeless.
he's in the perfect spot for a miraculous transformation. And love is the force that transforms people. I didn't recognize it at first. I thought there's something mysterious, seriously, something mysteriously powerful about truth, right? Wisdom, answers, finding the information that connects the dots so we're not confused or angry anymore, right? So there's something powerful about the truth, and there's something truly incredible with love. I'm confident between those, that's God, right? And the truth and love, those are not material, those are spirit, they're an essence, they're a quality. And there's a spirit and an essence and a quality to every single one of us. And when we're not filled with negativity and toxicity, we're pure. We're made in the image of perfection. Here to discover, how do you improve on perfection? You got to find the flaws first.
Perfection. I mean, you're a human being. We are human beings talking to each other. Perfection is just a goal. We'll never get there.
Wait.
Yeah, I go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, we can be good, right? We'll never be perfect, but it's a goal to attain. You know, it's good. It's a good strive.
I would disagree with that at a fundamental level, but Jack, what were you going to say?
Oh, you know perfection.
Jack,
Well,
talk about
help,
perfection.
Jack.
And Ben Thorpe. Ben Thorpe.
I know.
I've spent hours talking to the most the kind of guys, like I've been talking theology with these Protestants, and it's like you want to pull every hair out of your head, because all they want to do is quibble about every single word of scripture and how it's not what you say it is, and I say, and I'm like on the Talcott mode, in the sense of like, let's not do that.
Yeah, it's
that
not worth it.
Sucks.
Getting caught in the weeds, the semantics.
I would rather like throw the Bible out altogether than have like. Can you imagine God in heaven saying like, "This is what you've done with the gift of the Bible"? You're just going to
talking about the Bible, but
on
I mean,
the internet.
It's a good point. You know,
it was record keeping by rabbis. We need to be the living word. Why shouldn't we be making new records?
I mean, I love the Bible, but not when it's treated like that.
I don't.
Let me paint a picture, right? An idea. Because if the devil was going to infiltrate, he would certainly create some confusion with all of these things, right? And wouldn't one of the things be to convince people that we are not who we are? right? I mean, to convince the perfect creation to believe that we are all made of sin and flaws, that's kind of a cruel joke.
I mean, it looks to me, if I could just say, it looks to me like he's convinced us to all think that we're helping him out by pretending we know more than we do and acting like jerks and being disrespectful. But here's the thing, they won't use swears. They won't say, hey, fuck you. What they'll say is, I pray for you, my brother. You know, and it's like liars. They're just liars. They're nasty liars. I may be one of them, but like, I think this is a sign that we're not really all that great, Jack. We're not that great.
Pride comes before the fall, and the hubris is undeniable in the world today. So that means that mankind is ready for a breakthrough. And I actually think, Ben, I really think this is part of not just my role. There's many of us. God has created many of us to shine the light into the darkness, right?
Yeah.
To expose the corruption and the untruths in the world. We're here to follow the way of Jesus, man.
Well, can you name one of the ones that you're gonna like prove? Like, give me some Jack doctrine, like teaching. Give me some piece of meat that isn't just vague, that like Oprah wouldn't say.
I mean, that's what Jack is known for. You know, just
I mean, give
Well,
me
I'm
some
trying to
meat,
think of
Jack. It's
asking
all
for the opposite.
It's just
You're
jello.
asking
I
for
like
the
it, but it's
opposite.
just
Come
jello.
on, man. Just let it roll.
Give me something decisive.
No, it's about Jack.
Here.
It's not about what he said. It's about Jack.
Believe that we are here to change the world and see your path from that perspective.
But that's super vague. I
It's
mean, that
not,
sounds like
though.
a high school, like,
Yeah.
we're all here to
You
make
go
a
to
difference.
Jack
Like,
Talcott's
that's-
channel. You can't
It-
complain about vague.
No, I
No,
believe that
no,
Jack has
that's fine.
something.
That's fine. It may appear vague, but when you start to consider it on your own, then you find the questions that need to be answered. But I can't do that. I can just offer the seeds for the vision. But a world without oppression is waiting for mankind to share.
Well, yeah, so I believe one of the main things, if you see people, they hold on to things, they don't want someone else to get it. I'm in the middle of a 29-month long divorce about supposedly gold that is not in existence, right? And so the courts, my kids, everyone has to wait for me to prove that this gold doesn't exist. How do I prove that, Jack? But anyways, I it's stuff like that, and I did have some gold coins at one point, but it's like, you know, gold comes and goes, and like if you didn't kind of like get with the guy with the gold, which you didn't, then the gold goes, and you can cry about it later, but you ain't getting the gold. Now that might. That seems it's like with little kids, they do the same thing with some toy. They'll immediately, instead of sharing it and enjoying it, they'll immediately say, I need it, it's not yours, and they'll kill each other over it, right? Not kill each other, but fight each other over it. Isn't that the human condition? Isn't that what you're saying? The human condition is that we're stupid.
When
We
life
give it
moment
to
ago-
the Bible and we fight about it.
A moment ago,
We
before it got derailed, Jack, I was curious your response to what Voy had said about perfection.
Frank, I find it rude that you
Yeah.
say that I derailed something. Okay, so
No.
like, let's
Yeah,
go ahead.
a little bit of a
Frank.
firestorm.
Let's go
Man.
here.
Just jump
There.
in. It's my
I was
divorce.
in
Let's
need
talk about
Here
of
we
this.
go.
a therapist, and I turned to Jack.
Yeah, it's pretty over.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
you don't have to be rude
It's
about
all
it.
good.
We can go
It's
back.
all
I
good.
wasn't trying to derail. Okay,
It's
I
all
wasn't
good.
taking a railroad off the track and
Let's
killing all the
stop.
passengers, Frank.
All right,
Yeah,
the tangent
thank
before
you.
we looped around a bit. A little bit of
Thank you.
Yeah, there you
circulation.
go. That'd be better to say. I
Frank.
love that. Thank you,
All right.
Frank.
My apologies, Ben.
No, and I do appreciate returning us back to that question, because this is my perspective. It does go against much of the church doctrine,
What was the question?
right? Perfection.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
It doesn't
Right?
exist. My
Well-
claim was it doesn't exist.
And I
No.
suggest perfection. Oh, someone had a beautiful observation in the chat, but it really comes down to there it is. Who's the objective authority on what perfection is?
Do you know what the word perfect actually means?
Yes.
Do you know what it means?
Please,
Like
please.
etymologically, because I looked into this because my mother accused me of being a perfectionist. And I was like, what does
Okay.
that even mean? Right? And the word perfect actually means that which is fully done. It doesn't mean of the highest standard. You see what I mean?
All right.
So like sometimes people would say the perfect man is like the brain of Einstein with the body of Schwarzenegger. That's not what perfect means. It just means
Right.
that you are fully who you are.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that
Yeah,
definition
so
because
Yeah.
perfection is actually close to, it's good, right? It's good. And good, a thing that's good does not need to be better.
Yeah, I think in art we can say like it's done. If I do more, it's just
Yeah.
what it's gonna
Yes.
be. It's finished. Not so much that someone couldn't imagine something better, but that this thing is what it's going to be.
Mhm.
well,
And I think that it helps you from not continuously saying, well, the perfect is always something beyond us.
Well, that's progressive,
Right,
right?
right.
That's
That's
progressionism. Actually, that's
that's the reason that I wanted to counter the idea. But go ahead, Jack. You're trying to interject.
well, one of the observations I found is truly be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect,
Yeah.
and then we are perfect in Christ. Okay, and then also recognizing the perfection of time, because time has a quality to it that is flawless. There's no changing it, right? Once it's done, it's done.
Yes, right, right. And from a Christian tradition, God's plan is perfectly fulfilled. So in the sense, it is literally perfect. With all
And
its
we are
bumps and with all of its messes.
that.
Yeah,
But
so we come in on the wave of compassion and virtue and perfection.
yes,
The
This
world
is
as
what
a
I wanted
whole
to
is
dispel.
perfect.
This
And
is
our
what I wanted to
society-
dispel the illusion.
yes, thank you, Frank. Sorry, go ahead, please.
No,
So
I'm just
Jack,
I wanted to respond to it originally because the idea to diminish us and say, and I hear a lot of people do this, and I think it's very flippant. They refer to God's creation as, the meat suit, and somehow we're going to abandon this life and receive a new life, which is fine and dandy. Maybe that's within their doctrine, but I take a more sacred view of it, and I think, hey, we've been endowed in this thing that has all the attributes of what we might deem as perfection, right? Like the fingers, we've got 5 fingers, 5 senses, and we're moving about supposedly in God's image. And so why diminish that so much and not respect it?
Sorry, I just had this revelation. Ben Thorpe looks totally like Stalin. I mean, with that
my mustache. I have a great mustache.
I
yes.
mean, yeah, you got that Stalin.
I look
Those
like
Stalin
Stalin.
eyes too. I mean, you said
Those cold,
Yeah, so I
steely
just
eyes
see it in a
that
different
sent-
light, boy,
so
and
that
long
sent
I wanted
millions to the
seen ya,
gulags.
dude.
Yes, be careful.
I wanted to respond to that voice and just say that I see it in a different light. I think that we kind of come in a sense of perfection, right? Like our parents bring us in, and at one time we're a baby, and we're in a perfect state in a form of creation, and then we're born into the world. And why diminish that and say, that it's vile or blasphemous to be
But
alive?
Jack, let me ask you a question. If the world is basically perfect, I would say it's in God's hands and he's doing what he wants to do. Why do you have such a drive to change the world? Why not just enjoy the ride?
I can't imagine doing anything else. Once I dreamed of being a part of ending wars and bringing reforms, once I saw that possibility and seeing that maybe God did prepare me for this, I can't think of doing anything else. I have tried.
Sure.
I've tried looking at.
But let's say you
other
never
things.
get that meeting with Trump. Would you feel like in some ways there's some problem with the universe, or is that just like that was your path?
It's my path.
Yeah, your
okay.
striving is a part of your perfect virtue, the mission
Here.
that you're called to.
guys.
I'd like to think that Jack has gotten so far on his path because he wanted to meet Donald Trump, but he got to meet Donald Emmon, right? I mean, it's close.
Yeah, no.
I did.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, an
and
attempt at European humor.
I don't know if it will be me or not, but I do know that these ideas of ending wars, confronting this authoritarian nonsense where billionaires have just this the corruption and the insanity that's happening on the mainstream stages with the political and economic stuff. It's serious, guys, right? And I figure if God is with us, which I do believe, I know God is with me in the present. And I think the joke that God is revealing is Jesus has eternally been here waiting for us. And it'll be time when it's time. But we have this opportunity. I truly believe that God is awakening humanity. Others knew things that I didn't know when I got to learn from others, right? Why do I think it should be me? Because I don't see other people doing it. And I think what's going on with the US government, God created the day and gave us the free will. God gives us the opportunity and the ideas every day. And I'm sure other people have had the idea of confronting the government, of doing things.
Jack, can I tell you something?
Popular idea.
Can I tell you something I think is a theory? I wonder what you think of this. You know, a lot of people say, like, I hate this. You don't mind me using language. This fucking job. I hate my fucking boss. But if they were given the opportunity and they won $1 million, a lot of times people win $1 million, they actually realize that they were better off in that job with that fucking boss because it gave them order and structure. But winning the $1 million is like a disappointment to them because now they have the freedom to do something with it and they don't. And the truth is that most people prefer to be miserable. They like it.
It's not miserable.
They prefer an oppressive government. They like it.
Yes.
And it'd have to be 100 million these days. $1 million's only enough for a single house.
I would have to agree, Ben. You know,
and that is a really hard thing to liberate us from, Jack. One man, even a very good government can't. We prefer to be oppressed by billionaires. We like it.
Right.
Apparently, Jack thinks the opposite. Do you think?
There's a reason.
I don't think people really want to be free. I think they don't want to be free.
Ben, you're right. Because of the conditioning, the mind control, the propaganda, it has proven to be very, very effective. This is the devil's game. We are tools in a spiritual battle that has been conducted long before we were born. It'll continue, whether we continue or not. There's going to be these energies of forces between the light.
But isn't that just a human condition? Is it? You're saying it's just particular to our time?
No, but this is
particular to all times.
Hey, Yusuf, don't act innocent. I mean,
and
Stalin knows this man.
Dr. D made a couple of powerful statements, Jack, in the chat. He said part of God's perfection is man standing against tyranny. And I believe truly that's a part of your perfect virtue and pursuit.
When has man stood against tyranny?
Wasn't finished. Thanks, Ben. Wasn't finished.
When has man stood against tyranny?
Wow. Can't finish the thought, huh? Let me land it, please, Ben. Thank you.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
That's very polite. Thank you.
I'll reboot then. Thank you. So, Jack, Dr. D made a couple of powerful statements. One was that part of God's perfection maybe is man standing against tyranny. And then another part of that was that perhaps man's confusion is also a part of God's perfection. And so we see that some of these things that we may overlook may in fact be a part of the whole overall game plan. And to answer your question, Ben, just really quickly, when did man stand against tyranny? I mean, the founding of the United States, aren't you an American?
Oh, really? Do you know how that actually worked?
Absolutely. I'm very
Okay, so
schooled.
here's what happened. Okay, I think this is what happened. I used to believe that it was standing against the tyranny of the English. The
Of who?
English
The
founded a
English?
colony.
No, particularly King George, not the English.
Okay, but the English founded a colony here and they put a ton of investment into it. And they expected a return on their investment, which I think is reasonable. And what happened is the rich merchant class in America, this is, you could disagree with this, convinced the poor people to band with them to liberate ourselves from tyranny and have a new utopia. Then guess what happened? As soon as the rich people got rid of the tyranny, who did they turn on? They turned on all of the low-level people who had banded together expecting, and they brutally and ruthlessly put them down so that they were the new tyrants. That's what happened. It's called the Whiskey Rebellion. It's very well known.
Yeah, it
That's how
obfuscates
human nature works.
but it
It doesn't-
obfuscates the original point. Go ahead, Jack. Sorry.
Yeah, it actually doesn't negate the fact that mankind has stood up to tyranny throughout different times in the past.
When?
Well, why don't you just keep watching me and you'll see it happen in modern day time, because I plan on confronting the tyranny that's happening from the United States Capitol. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I sure won't do it alone, but eventually I'm sure that that God will allow others to join me,
Well,
and
yeah,
together we will.
How?
and even in a
You
daily
will.
way.
Happen.
How
you're
will
doing it.
you?
Well, he's doing it in part by giving the plebeians a voice and a platform here on YouTube. It may be small, but it is something. And a voice against tyranny is still standing against tyranny.
But isn't big tech giving him the platform? Aren't the billionaires in
No,
charge
That
of
but
YouTube?
you obfuscate the effort of the individual man. and the
But
idea.
isn't he like working right now?
Why does every sentence have to start
On
with "but" from
YouTube?
you? Got a lot of
But
butts.
what is the relevance there, Ben? I mean,
Well, I'm saying like
why?
that you are utilizing a platform. I think it's great what
So?
you're doing, but that
Yeah.
platform is only in existence by the sort of benevolence of a billionaire who owns YouTube. I don't know who at this point, but
Benevolence. Okay, yeah, it's Alphabet
Right.
Company.
well, you're making
Or-
them money. You're making them money.
Okay,
So
And what
it's
is
not
the
like
point?
it's not really benevolence.
Right.
We're making free content for billionaires, right?
and they're harvesting our data.
Yeah. So how are you
Right.
changing anything here? How is this?
Well,
How is
right,
this? What I'm saying is, how
right.
is this breaking the pattern?
You're not seeing the bigger picture. Maybe you're seeing
Yeah,
it today, and what I'm doing is I'm seeing in the future, because I see today as a step. Right, each
And-
day is a step towards our tomorrow, and I'm focused on this goal.
Sure,
Absolutely.
Shouldn't we
And-
be
and
living
Jack-
in the now? Not
Jack,
in the
rather
future?
than can anyone else participate, Ben? Jack, rather than you answering the
Yes,
question, maybe Ben.
Frank, but you're very passive aggressive.
Ben, listen to me just for a second.
We both
yeah, because
we
you're
both
very
talked at the same time,
you're-
and then
you're-
I dropped off because you were
no, you okay? Yeah,
you're
maybe there's a
gonna
lag.
do
I
that.
apologize for that. Yeah. Maybe there's a lag. I apologize for that. So Ben, I just wanted maybe if you thought about the question that you just asked, and how would you
Which?
answer that?
Which
The one
question
you just
about
asked.
YouTube?
No, about Jack. Do you remember it?
Which question about how is he going to change things?
Right. How have you seen any way in
is
which
Jack
he's
going to transform the entire world by like going to the Capitol and confronting Donald Trump? I don't know.
Could you
That's
make
why I
some
asked him a
observations? Yeah.
That's
Could you
why
make
I
some?
asked him the question.
Could you make
Right,
some
but-
observations of his
I don't
efforts?
know what the
though?
answer is. That's why I asked the question, Frank. Do you not understand?
Genuinely, you haven't
When
watched the show
someone
long
asks
enough.
a question, I'm curious as to how
Okay,
Jack thinks he's
okay.
going to
I was curious, yeah.
transform the
Please.
world by
Right.
confronting Donald Trump in the White House.
Yes. Well, Ben, please, let's pause and consider the idea, right?
Sure. I'm open to it.
Because it wouldn't just be Donald Trump; it would be all of Congress, right? I mean, I
Yep.
actually initially I honestly thought Donald Trump could be an easy way to get before Congress, but it doesn't have to be through him. We don't need his cooperation. If we can find some friendly ears, members of Congress willing to entertain these ideas, we bring voices from the land. voices from the people to present the case to these members of Congress. And these conversations, right, kind of like a trial, we present the case, the facts, the evidence that show the entire system is corrupted, and we see it. We're no longer going to allow this nonsense of Donald Trump with his head up the ass of Israel, threatening
I believe that.
more conflicts everywhere. Congress can actually do something about it, but they're so caught up in their bullshit. They're not doing shit either. They're shutting the damn government down because they're so incompetent. So
you agree that we should disentangle ourselves from Israel? That's concrete. I think a lot of people are doing that, are pushing towards that. I think in 10 years we will do that. But I agree that right now the money is keeping people from doing that.
We can do it before the end of the year. I know that there's a way. All that people have to do is, if we can create this interruption, right, get invited to speak to Congress, then that conversation by people from the land speaking to the legislators and legal minds in Congress, well, it would also be viewed by the executive branch. Donald Trump and his appointees, they could observe and witness the conversation, as well as the Supreme Court. So we get all three branches of the United States government together, and we get them to listen to people from the land, not people from the government, not people from the corporations or the bankers, but people from the land. I'll volunteer myself, and I know many others who could speak better than me, that if people helped me, we could get their intention as well.
But let me ask you a question, Jack. Do you think that I think that all the people in Congress that have their heads up the state of Israel, they know they're not acting in the interests of the United States. So they're not going to be swayed by you saying what they, I think, already know. None of them can make an argument that this relationship makes any sense.
They think they can
what they
get
need is
away
votes.
with it. No.
Votes.
They think they can get away with it. Evil and tyranny, they have the power that are allowed, right? Corruption is enabled. When good people know there's problems and choose to do nothing, guess what we're doing? We're enabling the problems to grow. I see clear corruption when they just approved, if I'm not mistaken, they just within the last few days approved another $900 billion, nearly $1 trillion of military spending. Not to educate our children, not to care for the vets, not to do anything productive other than
destruction. Right, it's terrible.
But
Jack, don't we have to? Isn't in our system what we have to do is say we are not voting for people who are doing this anymore?
That's what the slave owners want the slave to believe.
Were you going to have a violent revolution?
No, just what I'm talking about, Ben. We have honest, man-to-man, heart-to-heart conversations with the persons employed in government, letting them know, hey, these problems you think you can't fix are the number one problems you need to give your attention to. Number one, Republicans and Democrats, stop fighting. Bullshit, right? And then we can start, once we prove that we can stop fighting, we can end some bullshit wars within our own nation, guess what? Then we can go to these other nations and say, hey, look, diplomacy is the path. We're going to end the wars. We're going to cut off the funding to the military-industrial complex. We're going to let Raytheon and Boeing find new ways of making money, and including Palantir and all these tech boy agencies that are soaking up our information. So why? So they can program the next generation.
But Jack,
somehow it's true. If you sway the hearts of the people, then you can redirect their focus and intent, and that's how the whole thing began to begin with.
Yeah, but Jack,
just because it's over
at the top.
Yeah, but just because it's overly complicated right now doesn't mean that it can't be changed at a fundamental
But Jack,
way.
if you say, like, I used to live in a neighborhood where the mafia was pretty like strong, and I've dealt with like corrupt organizations. I worked in one. If you talk to the guy at the top, he knows you're right, But what he has done is said, I don't care what's right. I care about, and I'm talking about like Catholic priests who have given their lives to the ministry, supposedly. They don't care. You can talk to them man to man all day. They have turned themselves to what's important for them, which is their own personal prestige and money, usually. They're not going to be, you could have a meeting with Donald Trump, and I agree with everything you're saying. You could have a meeting with Donald Trump from here until Monday, all night long, and he's going to be Donald Trump at the end of it. You think by speaking to someone you can change a 78-year-old man?
Ben,
He doesn't care.
Ben, I am evidence of people changing. Okay. I've studied the sciences of people changing. I know people change when provided the right tools, the right opportunity, the right encouragement, the right support. I want to offer Donald Trump the right tools, the right opportunity, the right support so he can become a better man, a man more like Jesus.
Even Ben,
He doesn't care.
Even Ben Thorpe thinks
Let's
that
let
he can
him make
change,
that choice. It sounds
Jack
like you
Talcott.
don't.
So I mean, the idea is not so strange.
Yeah.
I don't think people largely change.
And you don't
especially
have
when
to-
they're 78 years old and they feel like they're winning. That's the
Well, you don't
most
have to
impossible
change him.
people
You just have to get him going in the right direction.
But if you threatened him, you like
Ben.
I'm not saying with violence, but if you threatened him with
Holy-
losing his position, but
Holy,
that takes
yeah.
power.
No,
Not with
but
violence,
Ben,
but with
Ben,
an Epstein list.
you guys have no clue.
You think people are reasonable, Jack?
Clearly, you are not.
Some people only
That
they
ego-centered
only listen
awareness.
to power. It's a thing that happens to people. They don't
Ben.
care about truth.
Ben, you are correct. Okay. But what I've learned between my study of psychology and the mind, as well as spirituality, right? The
Yeah.
teachings of Jesus,
Mhm.
the world is lost. Donald Trump is evidence of America. America's standards, I suggest, have dropped too low on what we will accept as far as leadership.
True,
Jesus
yeah, I agree.
is the example of leadership. Everyone in Congress and in the executive branch can do a better damn job. We can help them.
Theoretically, but they don't want to.
Too bad. This is where the masses need to realize. The bully only gets away with being a bully because people enable it. If good people see a bully, they'll say, hey, no, knock this shit off. And that's exactly what I want to do. Since I don't see people from Congress and other places actually pulling Donald Trump aside and saying, hey, you can do better. Give me a
Of course,
chance.
people are criticize Donald Trump. Of course they do. He just doesn't care.
He doesn't know. He's what I see and others have seen too, right? Because what you're saying, Ben, I've heard there's other psychologists who are making these same, they're observing the same patterns. Donald Trump is a specimen. He's got extreme mommy and daddy issues, unresolved trauma within himself. He's never figured out, but he's the perfect example of like the emperor has no clothes. He's surrounded by all these yes men telling him how wonderful he is, and he's
Right.
delusional.
I mean, that's most leaders, though, right?
We can end it. If we have faith, we can, we will. This is what I found for myself. And I found the will to have faith, to believe that we can. Because if you follow the logic truly, there's so much evidence that shows the criminality of this legal system that everyone believes in. It's
It's
become a
terrible,
modern
Jack.
day religion.
It's crazy. The legal system is crazy. Do you know I can testify? I'll say this briefly. Just last week, I went to court, and the judge said that if anyone doesn't know what you're going to do to them, they can have a restraining order placed against you. That was his logic. And I said, well, that would apply to anyone in the world. He said, yeah, well, this person didn't know what you were going to do. And I said, well, there's no evidence I was going to do anything. And he said, well, that doesn't matter. She didn't know. And I said, well, that would apply to anyone. So I've had my right to free speech taken away. I've had my right to bear arms taken away. And I've had my right to freely move as I please. Because if I don't know where this person is and I'm within a certain distance of this person, I could be arrested. Isn't that crazy?
Does that feel? How does that feel, Joseph Stalin?
That's crazy.
Well, this is the society people have created, and
but I don't have much hope to change it.
Ben, you're in the right place to change it. I'm serious.
I told him it's crazy. I told the judge himself, this is absolutely crazy. And he, you know what he did? He yelled at me. Of course. He doesn't care.
Ben, this is God's story. Look at it this way. Each day and every experience, God is showing us something more. And then the question becomes, what do I do with what I found?
That's true.
I've been learning how to enjoy it. I
think the key is, a lot of people call this coping. I think the key is that when these things happen to you, which are unjust, you need to find a win in it. You see what I mean? I'm not going to change the legal system of the United States of America. It's not going to happen. People want to feel like victims. And so the justice system is now oriented towards everyone claiming to be a victim. I'm not going to change that. But what I can do is make a L into a W.
Yeah. And maybe you can't change the system, but others might. And if you can throw some support behind those who can, who might, dude, there's so many. There are many.
I wanted to drive you to DC. So in that sense, I would, but I don't actually see any program you have at all that could work. But I'm happy to drive you there and bring you the podium and say, like, let's meet with Donald Trump. I just don't think he'll listen.
Like, I think you can be a great case study for Mr. Talcott here. Clearly, you have issues, and you've publicly displayed them many times. I think you're a great case study for Jack Talcott to step in and give you some life coaching.
I love your term, death coaching. I heard you say that the other day, death coaching. That's what I want to be, a death coach. Because a lot of people, I say, if you're just slowly killing yourself, let me help you find a bridge to jump off. So I see myself as a death coach. I think I make a lot of money. I'll be much more successful.
Jack, this guy needs more help than we originally suspected. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
I can Google all the good bridges.
Stalin, but I mean, here you are. You know,
it is true. A lot of people are just slowly killing themselves. They might as well just
performance.
They might as well just. I'm not trying to say anything against TOS, but it's kind of like they should be confronted. Either stop doing this or just do it. You know what I mean? It's cowardice just to slowly do it.
Yes, this is what I've realized. Studying human behavior and spirituality, when we're not in alignment with God and the truth and love, we will self-sabotage.
Yes, it's true, John.
And I really think that's why God created so many of us, because we need to look out for each other.
True, yeah.
Yeah, and you got to ask yourself, would you say that to your own daughter? And if not, why would you say it to someone else's daughter?
I have said it to my own
daughter. I mean, wow. Then, yeah, you do need help.
No, I don't need help, because what I was trying to do, I know that she's not going to do that. I wouldn't say that to someone who I really
doesn't matter.
Does
even for you to say
it does matter. It does matter.
Yes, it does matter.
It
does matter, Frank. Because in some ways, it's a wake-up call to say to someone who's maybe taking a few steps in the direction of self-destruction, to say, that's where you're headed. And if you want to go there, I can't stop you. And Jack knows this from addiction. There are certain people, if they don't want to stop, then you're not really in a position, like, go ahead and do it. No one can stop you from being self-destructive.
Sure.
Okay.
But the way you presented that is actually very dark and cruel and potentially dangerous. Okay. So the reality is there is a benefit to the wake-up call. You show someone what could be potential, right? But the reality is there is a benefit to the wake-up call. You show someone what could be potential, right? But the reality is too, I've been there. I've been there where I felt I wanted to end myself, where I
Yeah,
was
I didn't
on
say
the
that to
path.
anyone who was seriously contemplating. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying
But
when you see the first signs, you might say,
here's the key. All that is an inner belief system. There's an inner belief system that must be destroyed so that the physical and emotional being can be restored.
yeah, I mean, it's what is the I've known people who are just like self-destructive. What is the belief system? They don't care about anything.
Right. They've
So
lost
what is the belief system? I mean, what was
low
Rob Reiner's
self-worth.
son thinking when he took a gun and killed his mother and father? How was that a
Anger.
belief system?
Anger.
Anger at what?
Could have been any number of things. This is the thing about fear and anger. Ideas will consume people. If people are not masters of their minds and emotions, then guess what? They get taken over. And that's where violence happens. That's why we have so much violence in this world. Ben, there's something, I know I don't come across this way, but I do feel as though I've been prepared with a pretty wide base of knowledge regarding human behavior, how to communicate, the history of politics, economics. I see the corruption. I see the enemy, the beasts that was prophesied in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beasts of rule.
Well,
It's the
Jack,
government and state.
a lot of people say the government, is the problem.
Or corporation, sorry. Yeah.
Corporations, the government, the man, whatever. But I don't mean to go personal. If you don't want to go here, I, in my own life, have spent 19 years living with someone who it just fell off, like just lost, like just seems to be like I'm just not. I don't know if you had the same experience, but I know there's something that happened in your past. I have zero hope that this person is going to come around and be reasonable, even for our own children. And I'm not the only person who has that kind of experience. I see that as a gift because it's just crazy. But I don't see where you would say, I mean, I don't know if you have the same experience, but like if there are people in your life who will not be reasonable, how would you say Donald Trump is going to listen to you? People who in your life who are, blood to you, who won't listen to you. And I'm not saying I know who's right or wrong. I don't. But if you can't even have a conversation with someone, and I'm saying this of me, I can't even have a conversation with most people in my family. You just have to say, like,
family are sometimes the hardest to reach, and I think Jack's angle could be that if he gains public support, right, if he can garner the voice of the people and approach it from the layman, everyday man position, then it could be something like a Christmas wish,
sure,
like
if he has like 100 million voters behind him, okay, but I don't think Jack thinks that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think it requires that many.
No, it just
10
takes
million.
Ben, it takes someone who knows someone to give me a chance. Someone, see, and I got this idea when I worked at the post office.
That is true, yeah.
Dealing with the union executives and the postal service executives, I knew both of them. The union and postal service, they deal with congressmen pretty regularly, right? People in the White House they got connections because of their jobs. Well, we get a hold of these human beings in jobs, and we get human beings to cooperate with one another, and then we have conversations, right? And we have this conversation with Congress and the White House and the administration. And really, let's face it, in today's age of technology, should we find a way to do that? Just like when Netanyahu came in, it will be televised, right? Worldwide. So we can have conversations pointing out.
And I do believe you're right. I've been surprised, especially on the internet. A lot of people, because they're like, people have DMs and this kind of stuff. But like when you actually call someone on the phone and say, I'd like to talk to you, it's amazing who you can actually get through to, because almost no one actually picks up the phone and calls. And I've talked to people that I never thought I could talk to early on in my career, but not Donald Trump. But they don't listen to you. I have to say, when they do talk to you, they don't listen to you, even though you're perfectly rational, because you don't have what they want, which is money or, you know, some kind of way in which they personally benefit. They don't. They don't care. They say like, oh, it's really interesting. And then they hang up the phone and nothing changes. And I think that's true.
You're not considering what I'm offering. It's kind of interesting.
But they don't want. Donald Trump does not want to be like Jesus. He, I think, thinks Jesus is kind of cool, but is kind of a wimp, and he wants to be Donald Trump, and he's doing a pretty good job of it.
Okay. Yeah, he's openly an unrepentant sinner, and many who call themselves Christians seem to have no fucking problem with that. And that just blows me away. How do these people who claim to follow Christ actually even allow someone like Donald Trump to be in that position? That doesn't make sense.
He doesn't even pretend to follow Christ.
And they
Right.
even have guns in America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Because none of us really
Pussies
follow
and
Christ.
Amistades and everything.
Very few nominal Christians actually. This is not a Christian country. This is a country which wants money and stuff. And if we have to do it on other people's backs,
No,
well, then
that's
they're
how-
going to.
That's how you.
They're
identify-
going to do it for
That's
us.
how
Right?
you identify the country, and you're wrong, dude. Because
How
you're
did this?
Stalin.
How was this country founded?
Well,
By
you're
taking
Stalin.
the
Yeah.
land.
You are Stalin, dude.
By taking
You
the land
are
of the
a
natives
communist.
and treating them
You're
like
the
crap.
basic. I mean, when I
No.
think of communism, I think of your face. You're Stalin.
I'm
So
gonna send
you
you the
have a
gulag,
totally
boy.
wrong conception of America.
Well,
Yeah,
I
again.
believe that we didn't treat the Native Americans very well. Some of us did, but for the most part,
See, there's a
we just
concept.
manipulated
I
them,
mean-
lied to them, took their land, destroyed their culture,
See?
told them
Yeah.
that they were
See what you're
savages,
doing. I see
and
what you're doing.
reduced their population
I mean,
by
what,
99%.
You're being the
This is
Stalin.
And then we're
not-
going to say we're Christians?
This is not. I love you guys. I mentioned I had plans later this evening, and that I mentioned early in the stream, maybe before I dropped the link, but I do plan on wrapping up pretty soon.
Well, thank you, Jack. I wanted to vent a little bit. I'm sorry if I was a little
Thank you.
agitated. It was from 3 hours of stuff that I think you and I both agree is really stupid. Taking the Bible and turning it into a weapon. So, good night,
much
my friend.
love, Ben. I appreciate you. I do. Thank you. He certainly brings conversations, and
does. I like Stalin too.
anyway, I'm not sure. I'm not going to go into details. It's just personal stuff. Possibly checking out a band this evening.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, just something for me. Unproductive or unrelated to my goals and my ambitions. Just something
Excellent. Yeah.
fun.
Tis the season. I would like to know before we bump or jump or whatever the kids say these days, is anyone doing something after this? Truth or Cop? Voy? Anybody opening up a thing?
Truther, you got something, boy?
Frank, follow up of modern, or what the fuck is that bloodbath guy, and his breakfast tacos now. You know, he's bloodbath debates. Follow up with him about that Trinity shit, dude. If you want to, I can't. I don't have the
that's
time.
right. I totally
would love to do
forgot
that
about
debate
that.
with you there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be good magic.
Yeah. I don't know about the Trinity debate or the other. That is an option. Yeah, certainly place for people to go. I do feel like wrapping up. I don't necessarily want to though.
Well, I mean, it has been it's been a good conversation, I must say. You know,
Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked where it was going, and I wanted to kind of bring it out of the abstract. Ben came in like a bit of a hurricane. You know, he's got a very big presence. You know, and he has to be heard and seen, which is great. You know, but
you know, it's something. It takes us all. I used to get frustrated because of people, the differences I saw in people, and I felt it made me feel alone. I felt like nobody could understand me and nobody will ever change and all this stuff. I can relate. I really can. But then I studied and I found things were different. When things changed for me, I changed. And guess what I realized? Oh shit, maybe that'll work for America. So why don't we just change things in America and then people will change? But the
Right.
two got to go together. You got to find people who are willing to change and wanting to be a part of change. And for anyone who wants to believe that we can, because if you can believe that we can be a part of changing this world, if you allow those ideas into your mind, you can maybe find steps, find ideas that might bring it into happening.
Well, at the
Just
same time,
reminded
keep
me-
in mind that you don't have to. Sorry, I'll let you go next, Truther. You don't have to essentially change the people because they're going to change anyway. They're going to change positions. There's going to be different people. We need to change the direction of where things are headed and where the focus of the people is. I think is more important. Go ahead, Truther.
For sure, but like also, and like you're talking about the politicians earlier. This is why the first thing I wanted to talk on. You said the first thing was to bring peace between Republicans and Democrats, and it's like if they're elected leadership and America wants to like lead the world, but the leaders are arguing a bunch of bitches, you can't set a proper example. It's fucking absurd. Like it's a joke.
It's truly Browns boy. I didn't mean to leave you back there so long. Welcome to you.
Hey, can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I wanted to share with Jack, Frank Monday, Voy, and Truther Cop, and Jack's audience because he was gracious enough to allow me to say this. Tonight, in 1 hour, 7:30 EST, December 19th, we're doing a show on panel actors, and we're focusing primarily this go around, because there's many versions that could be made in the future, with Powder Dusty being one of the focuses, and then also Landry being one of the focuses, and showing some of the connections that they have and the way that they operate and kind of the way they go about doing things in a very distasteful, dishonest manner. So if anybody would like to check that out, it's 7:30 p.m. I appreciate Jack and the guests and all the chat for joining if they can.
Can we get a link somehow?
Yeah, is there a link?
Yeah, we need a link.
I put my in the back. I think I put my channel, which has the link on it to TML's channel tonight.
Oh, it's TML.
Yeah,
Oh, good
well,
magic.
it's mostly
Yeah.
me. It's yeah. There's a little bit of an outline that I put together for this, so hopefully
But
it'll
it's
make
going
it
to be
easy
on
for people.
TML's channel. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, I'll be notified. Thanks for
All right.
notifying me.
Yeah, we'll be there
Yeah.
for sure.
I appreciate you guys too. Thank you. Thank you, Jack.
Hey, thank you. I'm not sharing. I could.
You don't have to
I
share
could
anything. It's
share-
fine.
I could share both of these, but the most direct link to the stream that I found from your post. Here. And
Oh, it's very nice of you to share that. And also, you're not the focus of it, so that's really good. You know.
I appreciate that.
Well, we're gonna
Yeah.
show you. You know, maybe you don't know. You know, maybe you don't know some of these things. You know, I don't think a lot of people do. So that's what I'm trying to show. I'm just trying to document accurate things, and it looks like those people are trying to document a lot of inaccurate things. So that's kind of what I'm
Yeah.
documenting. That's all.
That's absolutely correct. And even though Blandry's a bit of mediocre, but Powder Dusty should be of interest. He's been a big star in this space for a while. So definitely worth looking into.
It's exciting. Thank you, Browns boy. Got the link for your post is also in the chat. I encourage people check it out. Follow the links. Tune in. Discover some of the hidden secrets, perhaps. Um, anything else?
I like the
You guys
topic
have a
today, Jack.
good day.
Oh,
Blessings.
Browns boy.
Hey, much love to you. I am going to start wrapping this up. Thank you, Browns
Yeah.
boy.
Since I was the first in, I'll be the first out. Jack, much love to you. I really appreciate you doing this, man. You're really you're putting your neck on the line every day. And though maybe people like Ben don't see what you're doing to battle tyranny, I see it. I see it in your eyes. I see it in your spirit. And in delineating, eliminating and transforming unlove and getting a little closer towards that abstract idea, is it romantic love? Is it agape love? Like I have for Voy. I can genuinely say I love you, Voy. I love you, Jack. I definitely love you, Truth or Cop. Those aren't romantic loves. Those are brotherly love, fraternal love, agape love, this type of thing. Just blessings to you, man. And 'tis the season. So Merry Christmas to you, Jack. And have a great evening, man, at your concert.
Hey, much love to you. Appreciate you, Frank. Void or truther, either or.
Truth or go ahead, please, because
Okay.
I just don't like to do final thoughts or words. So please do it.
I could just drop you if you'd prefer.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah.
All right. Much love to you, boy. Truther, thoughts from you, my friend?
Good to see, obviously, you, Jack, and Boy, and Brown's Boy, and Frank Monday as well. The future, we got to write a better story out here, man. We can do better. We can do better, that's for sure. And I don't know. I don't know where else to go with that. But I look forward to Brown's Boys thing and what the future might hold, as Jack Talcott might say. And y'all be well and do better. Take care.
Hey, much love to you. I appreciate that sincerely. Brothers and sisters, to all of you. Dr. D Head, I hope that's true. I hope that is true because I've been there. I know there's so many reasons to hate this world. There's so many reasons to be angry, to be afraid, to be just, I get it. But don't let that get you. Don't let the get to you, the sadness, the depression, the helplessness, the hopelessness, the despair. All that will lead to is guilt and shame. And when you find guilt and shame, oh man, that's when the misery sets in. You don't want to be there. Okay. Freedom exists. Freedom exists through the power of the mind and the will that you find, the strength that you can find within yourself. It really comes from one place, the goodness of Christ, the goodness of God. It is God that brings us forth into animation each day. It's God that opens our mind into the awareness of being, into the consciousness of knowing. Each day we are a part of the living truth of this day. So be aligned with this day as you, be authentic with you, as love, with love. Why? For you. So you feel good. And so when you feel good, you're not a miserable little, you're more kind and you're more generous and you're more patient and you're more willing to listen when you're filled with love, just because God, you know that God is authentically allowing you to be. And you can be authentically you with confidence, with courage, with peace, with joy, with contentment, or however you want. You can be scared and angry and depressed and helpless and, give up. You can pretend that there's just no point. I don't want to even suggest that to anyone. Because as long as we're here, there is a point. This is what I realized for myself. While I might have lost sight of my purpose and my reason for being, I saw that God hadn't. Right? Life and the universal forces that keep everything in order, life had faith in me. So life has faith in you. So use your faith to become greater than you've ever been. It's truly, this is our lifetime to live. And we don't know what the future's going to bring. Don't let others define you. Let God define you. Let the truth define you. Let love reveal you. And as love reveals you and the truth of you shines brightly, I want you to rest well, knowing you're serving your purpose of being. I'm going to wrap it up here. Sincerely, thank you again to all who swung through live or later. And if you haven't yet, please do the subscribe, invite others. Inquire. Have they heard of Jack Talcott yet? And let's see what happens in the future. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again, and have fun tonight. God bless.